Perfect, perfect.
Welcome back, Reality Check, man. You already know what it is.
Bang,
you know what
bang.
I'm saying? We back. We haven't done a reaction video in a long time.
Man, alright, so this one that we're gonna react to is Simply Elegant.
Melanie, I'm single, you're single. What do you say we get married?
Well, I'm glad you finally decided on the direct approach.
Yeah, well, I'm a businessman at heart.
As am I. What's your offer?
Single rich male seeks matrimony.
Primary residence?
Westchester County,
Would you be open to considering a secondary residence in Manhattan?
Central Park West.
South.
Done. Time spent together.
8 hours, 5 days a week.
7 hours, 12 hours weekends.
55 hours aggregate. Specifics to be determined later.
I'm amenable to that. Children.
1,
3.
2.
Done. But one of them has to be a male.
I'll see what I can do. Vacations.
December, Hawaii.
June, the vineyard.
June, fine, but Hawaii.
Nope, the vineyard.
Is that a deal breaker for you?
I'm afraid so.
Me too. Well, we gave it a shot.
I'm sure you'll find a better match.
Thanks for the time.
Crazy.
Listen, bro. That's actually tough.
Like, so Xay hasn't seen this. I have. And
What's your thoughts on it, though?
my thoughts is like, bro, we should be dating more like this.
I'm saying, bro.
Like, okay, not so like,
raw, like cut and dry. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But just like, what are important to you? What are the things that you actually need?
Right.
What are the things that you know for a fact you cannot compromise on, period?
Like my thing.
I think it comes down to knowing yourself.
Yeah.
So that you can actually tell that to somebody else.
Like my thing is like I feel like it's tough. It's tough because I know like in relationships a lot of it is emotional, and like depending on what you're talking about is going to be an emotional response. But like I feel like we need to get to the place where we can have discussions, being practical with what we're talking about, and it's like, all right, you have your values, I have my values, and we're gonna talk about it. But we're not
Right.
talking about like I'm trying to convince you out of what you. It's like, all right. Is this something we could do? No? Okay, can we compromise on it? No? Alright, let's move. You know what I mean? Like, let's run. Like, you know what I mean? Like, enough of this, like, oh, like.
But they can change,
like,
and I can change them. And I mean, look, there's a certain amount of, and we've said this on the pod, if you're watching, right? Like, being someone that you want to be with first is key. On the other things that are just things you could compromise on, that somebody has their own life. So when you're going to put somebody else's reality in that and say, okay, what can we create together? What does our reality look like? And if you can't compromise on something, then, and if that's reciprocated, then maybe that's not, and it's actually a deal breaker.
Facts.
The question was in the video, is that a deal breaker?
Yeah.
Valid.
And then she said yes.
Yes.
And then he said, yeah, it's
Okay.
for me too. And I wish you well. No hard fit. I'm out of there.
I think sometimes the emotion actually convolutes things.
It does.
And we end up with the wrong people.
It does.
Because the emotional attachment piece is just that.
We all want to be individuals, right? And people don't want to lose themselves in a relationship. But I feel like sometimes people are afraid to be different while in a relationship. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's okay for you to have your opinions and your things that you like or that you believe in, and I have my own, right? And we don't have to be the same.
Right.
Like me and my girl don't have to be the same on everything. I think also there's a thing where like, depending on what it is, because if it's like the base minimum values, then you have to be similar enough, obviously.
Right.
But like for a lot of things, I feel like people have the attitude of like, okay, it's fine if me and her have a difference of opinion, but at some point we got to get on the same page. Like that's how people be thinking. But like for a lot of things, I feel like it's okay for you to be different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
devil's advocate here a little bit.
yeah.
Growth.
Right.
Growth.
Right.
Growth.
Right.
Growth.
Yes.
Growth is one of those words that, like, if both parties are focused on the differences that you're speaking of, will actually, you should actually get to a point where you can identify them as strengths between you two.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. We're not saying, this is what we're not saying. People don't understand that, you know, each other, and so therefore they have to just go their separate ways. That's not what we're saying. At least, right? What we're saying is there's a certain amount of growth that everybody is willing to do. Okay? If someone isn't willing to grow in a certain area or place, and that's a deal breaker for the other person, that's it.
I heard somebody put it like this, and I can't remember like exactly how they put it, but like they were saying basically you have to know to what degree of their differences can you tolerate, because it's like if you can if they do certain or in the context of what they were talking about like things that annoy you, right?
Okay.
And they were saying right now, if all the things that you don't like about your partner, all those things, if they never change, would you still stay married to this person? If the answer is no, don't get married. If the answer is no, don't get married. Because obviously the goal, or it would be nice for, you know, growth, and like obviously this person is going to recognize there's certain things about them that they could change, vice versa, you as well. So it would be nice if those things eventually go away. But it's like, right now, if you're going to make a commitment, if those things that you already don't like, even right now, and you're not married yet, if those things don't change, would you leave?
It comes back to, and I'm done after. I think it comes back to focusing on self, on yourself, so that you can grow, and then eventually share yourself with someone else.
Right.
Because we have to overcome ourselves. I heard John Maxwell talk about this. We have to overcome ourselves so that we can actually share ourselves with somebody else. We have to get past our own self.
Hi, man. That was a little quick one too, man. Tap back in. We're going to be out here reacting, man. Tap in.
You know what to do. Let us know your thoughts down below.
Wow.
Like, comment, subscribe. RCTV.